Going on, everybody? Tukey from Tukey Trading here. Hopefully everybody has been doing well, and thank you guys for tuning into this video. Now today is going to be an update video on myself, because this has probably been one of the biggest breaks that I've taken from trading, but it's for a good, reasonable reason, which I will explain very shortly. And I want to really just go over the market, since it's literally been a roller coaster the past month or two. Now, obviously, as you guys have been seeing, especially for, the ones that are active within the market has pretty much sold off, crashed the past month or so. Right, we previously saw very strong momentum to the upside. We saw a lot of stocks, a lot of assets making very strong highs, if not new highs, right? All-time highs. And just a little bit after New Year's, we saw the complete opposite. Like I said, we saw market completely sell off. We saw very choppy market conditions, which for me as a day trader is what I completely want to avoid, which is also the main reason for me not really trading, for me avoiding the charts, right? Because obviously as a day trader, I'm looking to trade high momentum moves, right? I'm looking to trade on volatile days. And if that's not the case, if it's the opposite, if price isn't as volatile, if price isn't moving strong enough, if it's just choppy, what's the point of trading it, right? I'm going to get stuck in long trades. My trades aren't going to get anywhere in general, because like I said, volume is so slow to the point where there's no new highs being created, there's no new lows being created. It's just trading sideways. And that's really what has been going on these past couple of weeks. Now, obviously, I'm not saying there hasn't been any opportunities that have been present to take advantage of. I'm just saying, for me, for my trading system, the way that I trade, the things that I look for are not aligned with how price has been moving these past couple of weeks to month or so. Now, as I alerted in the Discord, it's really just a matter of time to let market kind of cool down and then adapt to new market conditions, because obviously market isn't just going to be continuously ripping to the upside, right? We're going to have different market cycles, meaning we're going to have bullish trends, bearish trends, and also periods kind of like this where it's not really making new highs, not really making new lows, it's just kind of moving sideways, right? And as a trader, regardless of how you trade the markets, long term, short term, you need to adapt and you need to understand market cycles. So that's one of the biggest things, and like I said, that's really just the main reason for me being a lot more passive in terms of trading, or really just not really trading at all, mainly just due to the fact that price action or market conditions just hasn't been ideal to how I want to trade. For me, I treat every trade pretty much like as a business decision, right? I want to be making the smartest trades, therefore I want to be making the best decisions. So when I'm looking at the market, I want to make sure that everything is fitting my checklist, right? The rules that I look for in terms of when it comes to taking an A+ trade. Everybody has different rules, but for me, like I said, those rules aren't aligned with how price has been kind of moving. And like I said, yes, there have been some opportunities, but just nothing too crazy, right? And especially with choppy price action, especially with a ton of high impact news as we have been having recently, anything can really just come out. Market can really just pump, dump really at any moment and stop us out, right? Or completely just crush our positions. And that's the last thing that we want to happen, especially considering the fact that risk management is one of the most important factors in actually maintaining profitability. But that's that. So in terms of market, SPY, when I last checked, today's March 27th, was trading around the 567 mark. So we are high 560s. As I was saying, about a month or two ago, we literally saw SPY making some pretty strong highs, right? Breaking above that 600 mark and even moving above. Not just SPY, the market as a whole continuously making new highs, all-time highs. And it was just ripping. Momentum was very strong, and then it completely flipped. Perfect example of understanding different market cycles and then adapting to different market cycles. For me, I'm really just being patient and waiting until market does kind of cool down and I do start to see more opportunities in terms of price action moving better. Then then we adapt to market conditions, right? Then we adapt to market conditions. So just a matter of time at this point. I hope everybody has really, been locked in as well. And then, anytime that I talk to any of you guys, it's really just the same thing. Or anytime I see any other trader on social media, it's pretty much the same kind of situation. Everyone's struggling with terrible price action, slow price action, and the smart traders that make smart decisions are not going to be trading when price action is terrible. But they also will be making smart decisions as starting to look to get into longer term investments, starting to buy more shares, due to the fact that since market is at such a low point, since we have sold off so much, prices are now at a discount, right? And that also comes with understanding different market cycles. If you can understand when the market is red, you understand that when the market is red, it's eventually going to be green, which you can then utilize to then get into at those low red prices. And then once obviously that market cycle changes, market then continues to be bullish, green, whatever the case may be, that's when you start to capitalize on those long-term gains. But like I said, it really just depends on the type of trader that you are and how you approach the markets. But very, very soon, I look forward to hopping back into regular schedule with the Discord on YouTube, starting to post every single day, go live every single day, if not multiple times a day. Like I said, there's really just no point in going live or trading if we're just going to have completely slow price action, because there's not going to be any opportunities for us to really trade unless it's just very small moves here and there or very long moves, which is the last thing that we want to be avoiding. But other than that, I will continue to keep you guys updated. I pretty much am active still in the Discord every single day, just giving you guys updates on what I'm, looking at in terms of the market, what I'm thinking. And then also, like I said, looking forward to returning back very, very soon. Honestly, it could even be, or tomorrow's Friday. So honestly, as soon as next week, I really do think that market will definitely cool down and start to give us some more opportunities in terms of price action moving a lot better, and also in terms of really, overall momentum starting to pick up as well. So other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching this video and checking in. Other than that, it's been Tukey. Much love, and I'll see you guys soon.